Hey everybody, Constance here. Just gotta tell you a story. Being a bartender has been very interesting, and I've had a bridal party tonight, a bachelorette party, I should say, and a lot of the girls were like, "Oh, it would be so fun to have a bartending job, and I wish I was a bartender. It must be so much fun." And okay, so you know, okay, so literally about an hour after I got to work, one of the girls came out and said that somebody had shit on the floor in the women's bathroom, and they put their shitty underwear on the back of the toilet tank. And I was shocked, and I said, "What?" And this was actually part of a party bus, these ladies that were on. So, I mean, like, literally, like, there was 3 batches of really drunk, young chicks that were just hammered, and I'm pretty sure I knew the one that did it, and she wasn't young, but she was old enough to know better, but she was hammered. And anyway, this one young girl, she came out of the bathroom and she said, somebody left their dirty underwear and there's poop. And I said, "What?" And she's like, I've got kids, I can clean it up for you." And I said, I, I was, I said, "Just show me." So all I had to do was go in there, and she opened the stall, and sure enough, there was shitty underwear laying on the toilet tank. And I looked at the floor real quick, and I walked out, and I was gagging. And she was nice enough to get a plastic bag and grab the contraband and throw it in the dumpster for me. So, okay. Later on, about 5 hours later, I get about 40 people, ladies, part of this bachelorette party. And it was like hell. Okay. I don't know if you've ever heard like 40 drunk young little hoity-toities singing at the top of their lungs, screaming for me to turn up the fucking jukebox. And I literally took the remote and I hid it because they were like trying to find the remote. No. Anyway, needless to say, one of them went and took a shit and plugged the toilet, and it overflowed, and there was turds, shitty water all over the floor. One of the ladies came out and said, "By the way, your toilet is really overflowing, so I had to shut the water off," because there's a little, knob underneath the toilet that you can shut the water off. I'm like, "What?" It was like deja vu. I'm like, "Am I in hell? Did I die? Is this hell?" So, I was so busy, I didn't have time to, she's like, "Well, if you have gloves, I can try to. I'm like, "Bro, I'm going to put a note on the door, and nobody can go in that bathroom, and I'll see if I can find somebody in a bit. But for now on, you guys got to go out. If you got to take a shit, go outside." Which obviously is what you should have did in the first place if your logs are that big. Anyway, so pretty soon I noticed the little bitches are going in the men's. Okay. Now, you're not going to go and shit in the men's and wreck the men's bathroom and fuck up the men's toilet. So I put a note on the men's, and I put a chair in front of it, in front of the door. Well, of course, with all these women, there's men coming in. I'm from a small town, so most of these men have never seen this many women dressed up the way they were dressed up, and they were like dogs in heat. But, of course, they were drinking heavily, and they had to poop and pee, and they were trying to go in the bathroom, and I was getting hollered at, and I'm like, you know what? I'm trying to save the bar. Because if all these little hoes are going into the fucking men's and doing what they did in the women's, then the men's toilet will be fucked up. Anyway, so finally I just kind of announced, like, okay, if you're a man, you can go in the men's. But if you're a woman, you can't. If you gotta take a shit, go outside. Okay, so anyway, one of my guy friends, he went in and he tried to do what he did and, or, fix the fucking toilet in the women's, and I guess he fixed it. He even cleaned it up. Cleaned it according to, like, how a man cleans, like, basically pour some fucking Mr. Clean on the ground and take a paper towel and, it was still fucked up. But anyway, so for all you people out there that think bartending is just this glamorous, fun job where you make tons of money and have lots of fun and party all the time, it's not. I'm not gonna lie, I make good money. I make good tips, but I've put in over 55 hours and it's only Saturday. Well, I guess that's not much. 55 actual hours I get paid. I've probably put in more than 60 hours for the actual hours I've done actual work, because once the customers leave and I shut the bar down, that's when the pay stops. I'm still there for at least 2-3 hours, stocking the coolers, mopping, sweeping, mopping, just general cleaning, because we don't get paid for that. Anyway, I'm going to stop this video and then I'm going to put another one up because I got another bitch fest to go on, okay?